Hi, I'm Webby. This is the Sports Roundup in sunny Tenerife. We are live on a Friday morning in the Monte Cristos, my manor, in Kalasavaki, Tenerife. What did you think? Do you think they got some money to spend for it? Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second show of WEBBY'S Sports Roundup here in the sunshine in the Canaries in lovely Tenerife. Lots of things have been happening this last 7 days. We've had an absolute fantastic few days. Lots of viewers, lots of people have been subscribing. We had some fantastic guests last week. Chris Todd, who I'm going to be interviewing in a couple of minutes' time, talking about our famous football club of CD Tenerife, and our Chris is here. We've got more guests coming this afternoon. Regular Terry, big Liverpool fan, who's going to be our resident guest. And we've got another West Ham fan, big man, Sean Murphy. He's lived here many, many years. There's nothing he doesn't know about Bobby Moore and the West Ham boys. We hope, because Terry is going to fire him with lots and lots of questions. That's for sure. So, without further ado, what we're going to do, before we say that, can I just, first of all, so Wednesday afternoon, we're pre-recording, and we're in the Palms Bar in San Eugenio Alto. Anybody wants to pop up next week or the week after, we're here from 3:30 onwards. Pop up for a drink, come and see Graham and the boys up here. Absolutely superb. Okay, right, shall we get on in, have our first interview, Timothy?
Yes, sir.
Chris, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You've had a good week?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right, first and foremost, this is Chris Todd. He is the General of the Armada Sir CD Tenerife Supporters Club. I think he started back in 1992.
Exactly, yes.
And we had a great show last week, thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of respect from people that the viewers in watching and so forth. So okay. I invite you on every week. You're my first guest, and I've got a few little questions for you to ask, for me to ask, and for you to give the viewers some answers, my son. First and foremost, you did forget last week you were in the President's Box, the brand new. Give us a story.
Well, we have the new owners now, new president, and he wants to get closer to the fan base. So every game he invites 2 or 3 different fan club presidents up to to sit alongside him in the royal box, so you call it. And so it's fun. So you have to go dressed up. One thing is that you're not allowed to celebrate a goal. Well, you're not supposed to celebrate the goal. Okay. Obviously, we equalised in the 93rd minute, and I couldn't really help myself. And,
of course.
We were just shouting a bit, but apart from that, yeah, we had food at half time and beer, because you're not allowed to drink beer normally in the ground. So that was a bonus.
Lovely. Yeah.
And that's basically it. So it's looking better now.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Last week's game, was it Levante?
No, Leganés was last Saturday.
Yeah.
We won. That's all you can say about it. Probably the highlight of the game was the sunset. Cracking sunset. Apart from that, we scored in the 10th minute penalty. We hit the post late on, but then they hit the bar in the very final second of the game. So we're slightly lucky to.
Yeah, you messaged me and said that. It was a bit of a poor game.
Yeah.
But it's 3 points.
Yeah, of course.
Keeps us in a tight.
This season at home, we've been. This is our best season at home for 14 years.
Phenomenal.
10 wins, 6 draws, and 3 losses.
That's good.
Only conceded 11 goals at home.
So our defence obviously has tightened up.
Solid, yeah.
The question I haven't put down on my pad this week, and I'm just thinking, English. Do we have any English players that have been or coming or whatever? There was one last year, wasn't there?
Well, we've had Sam Sashoa he came from Tottenham.
Yeah.
He was here 2 years ago. He landed, and he had a good first season, but then he got injured, and he should have gone for surgery in the summer. Yeah. Came back, and 2 months into the season he was struggling, and he's gone for surgery again in January. And he went to Philadelphia, USA.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we haven't seen him since. So I don't think he'll be.
Has he gone on loan there, or is he actually?
No, he's still recuperating.
He's still recuperating. I got you.
Bad surgery.
So it's bad surgery.
He had 2 big hip replacements, not replacements, surgery in the last year. So it's not good.
What sort of position we are in the league at the moment?
12th. We haven't really ventured below 15th or above 9th, I think. So it's been steady, but steady.
I think I did mention last week with the new president you've met, is he going to put some money in the bank so we can look to buy any new players, or is he just steady the ship again, as they all do?
It's not just a question of putting money into the bank. In the ingressos, which is the money coming in, comes from season ticket sales, the TV, the sponsorship you can attract, and the league position as well. So it's important that we finish this season as high as possible.
Okay.
Every position in the league is like €350,000 more.
Well, that was one of my questions. So, like in the Premiership, you know, if you finish first, second, third, fourth, the higher you finish, obviously the more pennies you get in the bank for next season.
That's right. Last season we had 10.8 million, as I said last week, and hopefully we'll be about the same, maybe slightly more.
Season tickets. I mean,
this season, last season they delayed the launch of the season campaign too long. Everyone was pulling their hair out.
Gotcha.
And this season, they've been already said about 2 weeks after the end of the season, they're going to launch a campaign, and I thought they're going to put the prices, they're going to readjust the prices. You can't just put the prices down, because then you can't expect to pay peanuts and you get good players. You need to pay if you want quality. So there's a happy balance there as well.
I'll look at the phone because I had a message from one of our viewers. From Spain, Oi Webby. Hey, no, it's good, very, very good. Oi Webby, great first show. I'm in Malaga, a Malaga fan. Looks like relegation for us this season. You need to do a live Saturday show on Coast FM, who I'll talk a bit later on. Global Radio 93.6 have one for our bar in Calahonda. So we've got viewers over in Lanzarote, which is fantastic. So good afternoon, everybody over there. Now, Malaga, they're a big, big club.
Fantastic support. The big three teams in Spain in the second division are Malaga, Sporting Gijón, and Oviedo. Get good crowds, and Zaragoza. Malaga was nearly 28,000 last week, and they're going down. They're doomed.
So why? I mean, it sounds ridiculous. Doesn't it? They're in Malaga, one of the big cities in Spain.
Well, money and support doesn't guarantee that you'll do well on the pitch.
Sure.
Which is the beauty of football in a way. And
Yeah.
they've been mismanaged for many years now.
Yeah, like a lot of clubs.
There's big clubs in England that have done the same. So they looks like they'll be going down to the third level almost certainly now.
Okay.
And it's a shame for a big club, but we had to do it a few years ago. Tenerife, we were down for 2 years, so it's one of those things. They're not dead and buried yet, but it's 12 points in play and there's 6 points adrift with the goal difference not great. So.
One last question: who have we got this weekend?
Well, it's a cracking game coming up Saturday. Tenerife against Levante. They're third in
home.
the league. Yes, we're at home, 5:30. They can go top with a win.
Gotcha.
And the top of the league is so tight. It's 5 points amongst the top five.
Every weekend they seem to chop and change it.
But they all seem to be failing now. They're drawing, losing. Only one team in the top five won last weekend. Which was Levante.
And what about Las Palmas, our big rivals?
I don't really like to talk about them
public. You would have talked with regards to us beating them 4-1 a few weeks ago.
I mentioned that one, but not about. Well, they're struggling. They
are.
Listen, if they're good enough to go up, and they do go up, fair play to them. You can't say anything.
It is
good for the Canary Islands.
Yes, of course.
To have a team in the top flight, but obviously I'd rather always be above them in whatever we do.
Puts us on the back. Chris, thanks for your few minutes. There's my hand, and thanks for today. Superb, good information for everybody listening and watching here on my podcast. So, will you be back on next week?
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to listen to Sadie Tenerife, any questions, pass them to me on the 5:15 on Friday afternoon live, and we'll pass it round to Chris. Take care. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Steve Pearson, also known as North Tenerife Man. I've just been, most of my vlogs are covering the north. Some of you have watched it, but I want you to tune in to WEBBY'S sports channel. It's fantastic.
Hi everyone, Ian Allinson here, ex-Arsenal, Luton, Stoke. I listen to WEBBY'S sportscast from sunny Tenerife. Please listen in. Top man, Webby. Keep it going, mate.
Alright guys, Richard Tate here from St Mirren. Make sure you like, follow, share WEBBY'S sports page. the King of Tenerife. Catch you later, lads.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the show. We've had a cracking interview with the main man, the General, CD Tenerife, Chris Todd. I've got one or two shout-outs and one or two bits of information before we go over to the two guests this afternoon. First and foremost, I've got to mention my 3 little grandchildren. They were watching last week, loved it. First and foremost, my 12-year-old girl, Sienna Lee. Luca Rubin, my 3-year-old, who is in Gloucester. Love you loads. And Ava Grace, who's in Gloucester as well, who is 3 on July the 24th. So that's from Grampy. That's you, out of the way, see you next week. Right, so I'm going over to Gloucester in a couple of weeks. Next thing, last week, Luton Town. 1 or 2 people were saying, Webby, there was no talk about Luton Town. Right, Ian, you're going to get it now. Luton in the playoffs with Middlesbrough. That's the first 2. Then it's going to be either Coventry, fingers crossed. Then it's going to be either Blackburn Rovers, West Bromwich Albion, Sunderland, Millwall, all got a great chance playing on Monday afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff. On top of that, a big shout out to Alan Fraser, who is on Living with MS, Tim's show. Now, what happens with him? He's a big Albion Rovers fan. I'm afraid they're bottom of the Division 2 in Scotland. And I did look, they're 3 points behind sort of Briggs and one of them. They have to win that. Briggs have to lose, and they got a chance of staying up. If not, I think they go down to the Highland League. So, Alan, fingers crossed, and everything happens there. Big shout out to Coventry City again for next week. Who knows? Playoffs. Looking forward to it. Right, without further ado, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go over to these two, to my 2 guests. Resident guest, we've got the big man, Liverpool fan, Terry.
Evening, you alright?
Evening,
Okay.
it's afternoon, son, it's afternoon. And I've got one of my good friends, Sean Murphy, big West Ham fan, lived here for many years, been very, very good pals, and he knows lots and lots about West Ham United, but Terry is going to take him apart, so he tells me. Sean, is that right?
I don't know about that.
You know
You're
what,
worrying me now. You're worrying
yeah.
me. You
So-
say come on here, it'd be all right. Now I'm getting a bit worried.
There you get a bit worse. So we're going to have a bit of fun.
One of those quizzes I used to win in the theatre.
Yeah.
Got loads of them.
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Ham
you did.
mugs.
Yeah, you did.
Tell, that's enough of that, son.
Sorry,
Right. First and foremost, last weekend, let's go through a couple of games. Crystal Palace, West Ham, go on. I watched a bit of that last week. Sean.
Well, to be honest with you, we were awful. We were terrible. The 4-3, it sounds quite close, but it flattered us. The scoreline flattered us. If it wasn't for Palace, can't defend a set piece, 4-0. It could have been, and unjust as well.
Was it that bad?
It was that bad, yeah.
Soft penalty, though, wasn't it?
It was a soft penalty, but take that aside, it was it wasn't.
You were a
good.
bit lacklustre last weekend.
We
yeah.
we look tired. We can't seem to string 2 or 3 balls together.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't
good.
good. And I thought we was turning the corner a little bit. And I thought, maybe we can be out and get a point up there. It's a good team, Palace. They played really well, especially going forward.
There's that guy on the right hand side, Elise or something. I think.
Elisa, yeah,
Is
he
he?
got man of the match.
He got man. He's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
If we were there next season, he'd be going somewhere else.
Where's he from? Tell.
French.
He's
He's
French,
from
isn't he?
Reading.
Pardon?
I think Palace got him from Reading.
French,
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I got it from Reading.
I think so, yeah. And then they got that Ezzy,
They
Yeah.
got him from QPR, him, didn't they?
Yeah,
But
yeah, he's a
again,
good player.
under Vieira, we weren't playing him.
No.
No.
Which is
Some great
strange.
players.
No. But what Roy Hodgson's done in a short amount of time, I mean, because I thought Palace were going to be in a bit of free fall.
Yeah.
They bought in Roy Hodgson and
Yeah.
they've turned it around, really have. And they played well.
Tough
we-
Chelsea now.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, you know, me and we got mutual friends, Alan Fernandez. He watches the show. He was on last week and one of the big Palace fan. He's behind the goal, shouting and screaming.
Yeah, no, they
Good
played
free
well.
kick.
They
But you're
played
staying
well.
up anyway. Yeah, come on, Sean. You're staying up, big man. There's no
I
doubt
think
about
you
that.
can't help thinking of the worst.
All right. Last week you had Brentford home to Forest. Forest 1-0 up. Lose to
Yeah,
Brentford
2 late
2-1.
goals, yeah.
They go 90 minutes. Ivan Toney, they
Yeah.
fight to the end, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And then we got Brighton, took on Wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Brighton last week?
I didn't see it, no. but-
6-0, could have been 8-9. It was one of the best games that the manager, coach, whatever you want to call it, said he's ever seen.
It was like playing a dog and duck,
It
wasn't
was, yeah. They were
Honestly,
phenomenal,
it was
weren't
like
they?
playing a dog and duck last week watching that game.
They were phenomenal, Brighton.
What Brighton do is, they seem to sell their best players, sell them for 50 million,
Yeah.
go and buy a replacement for 4 million,
Yeah.
bring him on, he's better than the one that they sold.
Absolutely.
And they keep doing it. The scouting system is...
Scouting's exceptional, isn't it?
unbelievable.
Well, Coventry, we bought Victor Gyökeres from them about 18 months ago, and he's our top goal scorer in the Championship, and everybody wants him. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it's all good there. On to Sunday. Again, Graham, who's got the bar here in San Ennio, which is the Palms Bar, big Leeds United fan, not a happy bunny when we walked in this afternoon. Bournemouth turned them apart 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
Not good for Leeds United.
They're getting hammered. They're letting in a lot of goals, Leeds, as well.
What do you think of Liverpool? I mean, turned them 5, 6 or 7. I kept that last week. 6-1, wasn't it?
6-1.
6-1. Palace, I think, turned them over as well, didn't they?
5-1.
So they've got to change it very, very
You don't
quick.
stay up if you're leaking goals like that. No way.
And they've got hard running as well. Leeds.
Manager gets sacked.
Yeah.
And who they got?
Big Sam.
Big Sam Allardyce. Ex-Coventry, you may not believe, played for the Sky Blue Army. Yeah,
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Sam.
that's right, he did, yeah.
They probably turned around and said, "Yeah, son, there's a few, Bob. Keep us up."
Yeah, was it a couple of million, isn't it?
Is that what it was? Couple of million?
So from what I heard, it was £2 million bonus to keep them up in 4 games, but their first game is away to City. So really, it's 3 games.
Yeah.
500 a game,
The thing is,
5 million a game.
As we all know, we're pre-recording tonight, so it's tonight's game, so we'll discuss it on Friday.
Yeah.
So if you want to make any comments, we go live 5:15 in Monte Cristo's bar, down in my manor, in Kelosovaki. Tune in, and we'll go from there. Man United, Villa, 1-0. I only watched little bits of that.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Nothing special.
It got nothing in there that excites me to watch that. We're not interested in that.
But you think that United's going to be 3rd, 4th with Newcastle?
Yeah, I think the top 4 is a done deal. I think
It's
I
a
can't see
guarantee,
it.
yeah.
Sorry, Tell. But I know you
I
keep
agree
a bit of hope there. But
I'm an
I think
optimist.
Brighton have got more chance of getting top 4
Yeah,
than you.
I'm an optimist, mate.
Yeah, I think you're quite right.
They've got games in hand.
You're getting a bit smashed this afternoon, so we're giving you some stick. So you've got to get it back in a minute.
problem.
All right, Fulham, Man City, another 2-1 to Man City. Fulham won 1-0 up, didn't they? Then they turned.
Yeah.
Then they turned it around.
No,
yeah.
City went 1-0, didn't they?
1-0,
Yeah,
Oh,
was it?
one,
I
two,
beg your
one,
pardon,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
beg your
yeah.
pardon.
2 bad injuries as well for Fulham the weekend.
Ah, gotcha.
Season finishes, yeah.
Piera, he's
And
out there, he's a good player.
Was it Ream, the defender? He's out for the season now, broken arm or something. So,
But
and
they're safe. They're halfway. They're
and then
safe. They're not going to go
play
anywhere.
United Reds tonight, so 2 of their players missing. Happy days.
You never know, do you?
Yeah.
Newcastle, Southampton, another big one on Sunday. Southampton
Well, they was
1-0 up.
1-0 down, weren't they?
Yeah.
I had Newcastle with last man standing.
No,
I weren't happy at half time.
no, you did tell me.
No.
Absolutely superb.
But you've got to give it to them, that Newcastle.
They had a goal disallowed. It was 1-0. Goal disallowed.
It went
Was
2-1, didn't it? It got
was it his
disallowed.
finger? Was it his finger that was over the line? It's unbelievable, isn't it? It could take 3 or 4 minutes, can't it? It's disgusting. They've got to sort it out for next season. Have
What,
to.
VAR, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't mind VAR if it's right.
It's quick.
If it's an offside,
Yeah.
then that is a fact.
Well, we
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that every season, don't we?
But all VAR is, instead of having the referee's opinion, you've got someone else's opinion. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still an opinion, are you?
Yeah.
Whereas an offside or out of play,
Yeah.
it's factual.
The thing is, you've got the 4th official, you've got the 2nd official, the 3rd official, you've got the cameras in every corner. If they can't sort it by now, how are they going to do it? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
An absolutely tough one.
Yeah.
The big game on Sunday, I did go down the 3-all shoes and watch it. Liverpool 4, Tottenham 3.
Yeah.
What a game.
Yeah.
3-0 up in what, 20 minutes?
15 minutes,
15.
mate. 15. Should have been more, but again, typical season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Score goals, just can't defend.
No.
I mean, Van Dijk was left on his backside.
Yeah.
I know he slipped, but
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
a few seasons ago, that cross wouldn't have come in.
No.
He's not the same
It
player
would have been
as he
stopped.
was since that
Harry
injury.
Kane's in the penalty area on his own, unmarked. He could have trapped it, took 3 touches and still put it away.
Still a top player in the world, front man.
But they were lucky against
Let's talk
us,
about Man
weren't they?
United
They were
this
lucky
week.
against
Yeah.
us, weren't they?
Well, yeah.
Very fortunate.
The
With a
defender, I don't know.
penalty.
Yeah, with the penalty. I don't know who the defender was.
But when he went
he was doing
3-3.
doing his basketball skills. He was.
Thiago.
Was it
Yeah,
Thiago?
Thiago,
but
yeah.
when it went 3-3, you thought, here we go. Richardson, who came from Everton, you know what I mean?
Richarlison.
Richardson,
Yeah.
over the top. He hasn't played many games.
Yeah.
He comes on, shirts off,
Yeah, he
in
went
it,
mad, didn't he?
3-3.
Absolutely, didn't he?
That's it. Got a point.
But then again,
a minute later.
you just said it. He ain't played many games.
No, he hasn't.
60 million quid.
Yeah.
Starts ahead of Firmino for Brazil.
Yeah.
So he's their number 1 striker.
Yeah.
Spurs can't win a game at the moment.
No, they can't
and he's
for
on the
fun.
bench. Why pay £60 million for a player to sit him on the bench?
Yeah, I agree. They bought him for 60 million for a reason. He's obviously decent, isn't he?
If he's Brazil's number 1,
Yeah.
surely he should be playing.
Yeah, for sure.
I know he's bang average anyway, and I think Everton laughed all the way to the bank getting 60 million quid for him.
Yeah.
But how comical was in, 75 seconds later?
It was great, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Right, listen, that's Liverpool. You've had your glory, all right? You've had your glory. Let's go Monday. We're talking Leicester Everton. What a massive
good
We're
game,
talking
I'll see that.
second bottom, third bottom of the table. I watched that in my bedroom, second half, end to end. Vardy who's not been playing much this year. He looks absolutely
And Everton
gone.
are down there because Vardy's not been playing.
That's right, 100%.
Now,
Leicester.
sorry, Leicester,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And now he's playing.
Yeah.
He's
They're
chipping in the
looking a bit
goals,
better.
and they're looking better because there's some threat going forward.
Madison had a
I
cracking game.
I watched that game, and when you look at Everton, when you look at Leicester, they're both struggling, and yet they're both playing good football.
Got great
They
sides.
were both going for it and all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But
there wasn't a team going to the point there.
it's going to go to the last game of the season. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Last night, which obviously which was Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't see it last
All right,
night. Yeah.
Arsenal. I watched that. Went down the village and watched that. Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea.
Yeah.
You just can't. I can't. They're
unbelievable,
a Sunday morning team. One player didn't know who the other player was.
Said
They're probably all different
last week,
languages.
didn't we? £600 million.
Yeah.
And the team that Potter had was doing better. They were top 6.
No.
When Potter had them set of players he took over from Tuchel from.
Yeah, yeah.
That Americans bought all these players, and that's the reason why they're halfway down the league.
Well, Frank Lampard, did we say he's been there, 6 on the bench? He's been there from 6 games ago,
Shocking.
and they've lost all 6.
I think he's got to give it up, and he's managed him. He done all right at Derby. He got them through
Yeah,
the playoffs,
he done
didn't
well
he?
there.
But he's left Derby too soon. He should have had
Yeah.
another season at least. Learn his trade a bit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Do you know what? The lad who took over, temporary from Potter, what's his name? Bruno.
Yeah.
Right? He was in charge when they played Liverpool. And it
Okay.
was a 0-0 draw
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
And they deserved to win the game. They created loads of chances. So they brought him in, got a good result against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And the next thing, they bring Lampard back.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, what was all
Yeah,
that
that's
about? I mean,
madness.
Yeah.
crazy.
madness, yeah.
So,
Can I just tell the viewers, don't forget this is in the Palms Bar in San Eugenio. We are pre-recording. It's a Wednesday afternoon. We can't discuss the games tonight, obviously, because we don't go live until Friday, 5:15. So when you have a chance, go on to my link and subscribe, hit the button, and you get notified, which is fantastic, I tell you. And we're going to grow bigger and better, and we're going to have a lot more guests. A little bit of Championship football over the weekend, but obviously with Coventry. Rotherham beat the Borough 1-0. That's kept them up in the Championship for another season.
Yeah.
Warren and Rotherham.
Yeah.
Blackburn drew 1-1 with Luton Town. And I think Blackburn now, that's it. They cannot make. They can if one or two things go for them, but I can't see it. So that looks as if Blackburn's out the equation for the playoff. And Cardiff played Huddersfield. Huddersfield won 2-1 away, 3 points. So that nearly basically keeps them up in the
Neil
Championship.
Warnock, eh?
Neil Warnock. So can Sam Allardyce do it for Leeds United? Yes
No.
or no, Sean?
No.
No. No.
No. We've
No,
been
I
looking
think
at the
it's-
fixtures just before we started recording, and I looked at Leeds fixtures here, and we've got them here. Look, this is Leeds, away to City, home to Newcastle,
Yeah.
away to West Ham,
Yeah.
home to Tottenham.
Phenomenal.
And they're going to get, 9 points out of them, or even 6?
Yeah.
I
less
can't,
than
see,
that.
I can't see it, mate.
No,
I
for
can't
sure.
see it at all. But
Okay. Right. You got 1 or 2 quick questions for Sean Murphy on
yeah,
West
let's
Ham?
ask you some questions, Sean. Here
Come
we
on,
go.
Sean. Let's see what.
Right.
Listen, any West Ham fans, let's
we
see how
go.
good the Bobby Moore boy is.
There we go.
Let's see how good. Look at, he's got red faced already. Hey, how's your blood pressure, son? He's going on. Hey, look, he's got.
It's not
he's
looking
got
good.
good for the room.
Right, here you
Go on, son. You're sweating as well, son. Come on.
Yeah, you know,
It's hot day, that's why.
yeah, in 1901,
Oh,
right,
Sid Pym.
yeah, go on.
right. What's your favourite current West Ham player?
I've got to go Declan Rice.
Okay.
I've got, yeah.
Oh, hey.
100%.
Well, you-
I like Soufal and all, he gives 100%, but Declan is on a different planet.
Do you think he'll be there next season, or?
I don't
Lowering
know.
back Arsenal now, isn't he?
Yeah, but he hasn't actually come out and said anything, and what I've heard is that,
He's going to stay.
I don't know.
He's he's been my favourite player for a long time.
Yeah,
and
but
that goes without saying.
no one can blame him for going.
No, of course they
because
can't.
He's too good for it. He's too
There's
good for
loyalty and there's loyalty
it.
now.
He wants Champions League, and he
But
ain't
I
going to
think
get
if
it.
you win that Europa League conference,
Possibly.
you might get another year.
He
out
might
of
get
it.
another year. Yeah.
So if you
think
win
so.
the Europa League, so what does that give? So
The Europa League
Well, you need-
conference gives you Europa League next year.
Europa League for
Yeah.
next year. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's a chance of playing us next season
Do a favour.
on
Come
a
on.
Thursday night.
Right, get that second question. Come
Right.
on, tell.
What's your favourite all-time West Ham player?
Well, I know I've got the Bobby Moore shirt on. Bobby Moore was around a little bit before my time, although I saw the end of his career, but I'm going to go Alan Devonshire.
I was told you to say that.
Yeah,
I was
Alan
told you.
Devonshire. Yeah, he used to excite me. back
Injury
in the-
prone, though, weren't he?
He got
Bad knees.
injured. He got injured, and it was an FA Cup game against Wigan. I'll never forget it at Upton Park, and he never really recovered. He come back, but he was never the same player.
He was a number 10.
Yeah, I think it was number 10.
Play behind the front two or whatever.
He played out on the left. He was a bit of a tricky player, but he was great.
Good friend of Wagsy's. Wagsy knows.
Yeah, he is Wagsy.
Wagsy, yeah. Wagsy is just a cut in there.
Wagsy said he used to say
Devonshire. Yeah, he's a very, very good friend of ours that lives here. He's a big West Ham boy, loves his cricket, so we're bringing on Wagsy in 2 or 3 weeks' time. And we know he loves Alan Devonshire. So you'll be listening to him and seeing him in a few weeks' time. Well, any more?
Yeah, we've got a few here.
Come on.
Best West Ham game you've ever been to?
Good question.
Well, I think I've got to go to the 1980 Cup final, because that's the only time and the last time West Ham's won a trophy. Well, sorry, that's the only time I've seen West Ham win a trophy.
And when the ball went booking and went in?
He glided that on his own. He knew exactly what he was doing.
You two. All right, come on. Yeah.
And
what score was that? Who did you play against?
Arsenal, 1980.
2-1?
1-0.
Paul Allen was the youngest player, wasn't he, to play in the final?
Yeah.
He was 17, wasn't he?
He actually played the FA Cup final, and then after that, he went and played in the youth team final the same year.
Yeah. I remember he was the other
But I'd also think one of the best games was the last game at the Bowling against Man United, 3-2. Yeah, that
Upton Park.
Was special. Upton Park, yeah.
So the last game at Upton Park, just refresh my memory. West Ham, Man United?
Yeah, 1-3-2. It was swinging. I think we went 1 up. They went 2-1. We come back 3-2.
Night game, weren't it?
Was it a big game for anybody? Or was it
was a big game for us because it was our last game.
Yeah, but not a relegation or prep or.
I don't think there was a lot on it.
No,
I don't think there was a lot. I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay, next one. Come on, son. Let's fucking roll.
Best away ground you've ever been to, including Europe.
Great question.
Including Europe. He's not going to say
no.
Road here.
He's not going to say Highfield Road. No. That's a cracking question, isn't it?
I don't know, Wembley or
Wembley.
Is that an away ground now?
Yeah, no. I think it means in the Premiership or the First Division.
Europe as well.
Or even in Europe, when you played in the European.
I don't know.
We'll leave that one for
apart from the obvious.
Well, we'll put you down for the old den. Right, okay. This is the one here.
The old den. That's Millwall. If you didn't know.
Team you dislike the most?
Oh, dearie me. That's...
Talking of Millwall.
Yeah, talking.
Well,
he's got one.
It's them lot from North London.
Yeah,
it's Tottenham, innit?
And it's the opposite to us.
Although I've got some good Tottenham mates. But,
yeah, we all have.
Yeah, but I've got to go Tottenham. Right. They're the team I want to lose.
I got a good pal, Foggy from Southend. Supports Southend in Tottenham. I love it. He's over in January, and I'm going to get him on the show.
Yeah.
He's good mates with Harris. He's manager of Gillingham at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Neil Harris.
Neil Harris, yeah. He sees him on a Friday night in one of the local. Millwall legend.
Yeah.
Millwall legend.
All right, your favourite second team if you've got one. Who'd you like to follow?
Without doubt, he's Leighton Orient.
Yeah, the old.
Or CD Tenerife.
Yeah,
Tenerife.
Leighton Orient. I know.
Chris. Right, fans you dislike the most.
Well, it's got to be. It's two really. One is Tottenham.
No.
Tottenham again. I like Tottenham fans, Again, I've got some good Tottenham mates, so not them, but in general speaking, and Man United.
Yeah. So he knows his football.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm just saying he knows his football.
Do you want to come on next week, sir?
Well, I'm busy Wednesday.
When you go to Man United, they start singing songs about Bobby Moore. That's
do they?
Yeah.
Out of order.
Well, that's what I've heard. Well, I've seen it. I've seen it my own eyes.
It's out of order.
Wrong mate. Wrong see?
Wrong Wrong
There you go. Right, what player would you like to sign for West Ham if you could sign anyone?
That's a good shout. That's a good shout, Tal. You've been busy, haven't you?
Professional, mate.
Who told you that?
No, it's a wear cut for that, you know.
Did Vicky say that last night? Yeah. That's a good shout, though,
do you know what? I knew the answer to this and I forget.
And what position? You thinking what position?
Who was it? I said this the other day.
I know.
I think I might have even said it to you, Webby.
Yes.
I said if there's one player in the Premier League I'd like to sign, and it's...
No, I think you might have said Victor Gyökeres at Coventry because West Ham are looking at him. I think he'd do fantastic for you because you've got Antonio up front.
Yeah,
I think he's a bit.
Antonio, he's great. He's a worker, but we signed him as a right winger.
He's not the class that you need to get you into the top 6 of the Prem. You know that for sure.
Yeah. I'll come back on that because it's escape.
I think Victor Gyökeres would be fantastic for you. But where do you want to go?
If you had a new manager, who would you like to have? Any manager, any team in the world. Who would you like to have?
I would go for... I quite like Thomas Frank at Brentford. I think he's done well. Yeah.
Do you know something? That's a manager, to be honest with you, German manager, that's done the business with his little butt.
Don't you think he looks like a stone German you meet on holiday in Ibiza?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what he looks like.
No,
does
that's
it?
right. Yeah, if he's done the business, and he's done the business for him, hasn't he? You know, they're in the Prem.
And he never played
they're
the game either.
No, that's
Apparently
right.
so.
That was like who's the manager of Roma now? No,
Mourinho.
Mourinho,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think he played the game.
No.
And the ex-CD Tenerife manager, who never played the game, did
Well,
he? Rafa
lower
Benitez.
league
No, he
stuff,
never played the
weren't
game
it?
either.
Lower league, didn't make the grade, did he? But
No.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah, he get game with us on a
he was
Thursday
in,
night if he
he was in
wants.
your manner.
Top manager, mate.
Top manager
us.
for Liverpool.
Well, best night of my life.
Yeah.
Istanbul.
I think there's someone raving about this manager in France. He's got a good record. I think it's from Reims or somewhere
Oh,
like
the
that.
English fellow with the ginger hair. Yeah, I've seen him. I've
Yeah,
seen, yeah.
these things. But
I'm
you
very
know,
good.
managers abroad.
English
I don't
fella.
Really, no.
Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah.
No, not a clue.
So
Nothing.
he's,
We'll check
he's
him out.
doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming back to that question,
Oh,
it's got to be
player.
Ireland, doesn't it?
Oh,
Who
Haaland.
wouldn't want Ireland in their team?
The trouble is though.
51 million apparently. That's what we
Well,
paid.
What's he's got? I know,
Yeah.
40 odd goals already this season. He's
Yeah.
smashed the record.
Yeah, I think Paqueta's got
he's
4.
going to smash Shearer out.
51 million officially, but unofficially.
Yeah. Probably
We'll
back.
leave that conversation
Yeah, we'll
for
keep-
another
yeah.
day.
Nobody can afford him. If he goes, who can afford him? Not even the big boys. They can't. Can't do it.
Right,
Go on then. Last one.
got 2 more.
Okay, go on then.
In their prime, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Good
Ronaldo.
man. Good man.
Ronaldo. No,
Why?
I'm always been a Ronaldo fan. And the reason, I know the question went to
But
you, but
you don't think Ronaldo's played with better players and Messi's carried Barca?
I think Ronaldo, left foot, right
I think
foot.
I don't like Ronaldo. The time when the winker,
Yeah.
that game against Portugal, and so
I
I
know.
kind of lost it with me. He's
Yeah,
a good player.
I know, but but now we're talking about football skills.
Yeah.
He can head the ball.
Yeah.
Messi
but
can't.
I can't. That blocks it for me.
I know,
He's-
I just-
I don't like
I
what
know,
he's done.
I know. Listen, you and I know in our history of our life, they will be the top 2 players to me that's ever
I
played the
don't know if
game.
it Ireland. I thought we'd be talking about him in 20
Yeah.
years' time. I don't think he's that good.
I saw him at Salzburg. We played him in the Champions League about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he never scored. We beat him 2-0.
Yeah.
And looking at him, he was up for 18 years of age.
But a lot of
Kenny
people don't
Dawson.
know that who his dad was.
Yeah.
His dad played for Man
Roy
City.
Keane's mate, weren't he?
Yeah, Roy Keane. He gave him a bit of a shove. It.
Yeah.
Was it Main Road then? Would have been Main Road then, would it or not?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
he basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
Keane got what he deserved by
Of course.
doing what he did, you know.
Yeah, he gave us
and obviously
that.
he got him back, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, can't do that no more, can you?
No.
And last question.
Go on.
Would you like to see Harry Maguire in your team? Because we're talking about quality football players. then I
Great
thought,
question.
To finish off,
Great question. Don't upset anybody.
free
Sean.
transfer?
For the reserves, maybe. No.
What, the women reserves?
Yeah,
or
nah.
Surely, Sean. Free transfer.
80 million quid.
He was
Yeah, but
It's like buying something on eBay. It was 80 million quid, but you can have it for nothing.
But he could be a far better player.
no, yeah.
Going to somewhere else. It's just that Man United
Yeah,
big
it just not-
expectations.
yeah,
Chris,
yeah.
Thursday night of us, mate, here fit him, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Playing
Thursday
about
night
Harry
viewing.
Maguire.
No, yeah. It's like a 5-a-side mob up the road. Yeah, I've seen
For
it.
nothing, if you're getting it for nothing, just
You
wages.
got it.
Yeah, I suppose you'd go.
You got
for
to.
it, for
Any
yes.
any club would take it. You've got to.
Because O'Bonnell's coming to the end now, and he's going to need replacing.
You take him? Coventry?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he'd have to get in front of McFadzean, who's 36 years of age, to sign a new contract, which is a bit doubtful.
Turns like a bloody forklift truck, mate. He's useless. If you watch when Gary Neville says,
Yeah.
where do you want your statue of Vincent Company? And he was playing
Yeah.
at Leicester.
Yeah.
He shoots Company. Maguire ducks out the way of it. And he goes in the top corner.
Yeah.
So watch it, seriously.
Okay, right, fantastic.
Okay, so we put you down as a Maguire, yeah?
Okay, I think we're.
We're sending
Yeah.
you off.
Yeah.
You get on Monday. Postage and package included.
Shut up, listen. Well, I think we're coming to the end of the conversation with the 3 of us. I think it's been absolutely superb today.
Good luck in your last game, mate.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
indeed.
you get there.
We were going to have a 4th guest today, Ray from Newcastle. As I said to a lot of people, 6'2", big, strong, ex-doorman, one of the funniest men you'd ever meet. When he comes out again, we'll get him on.
You said to me,
Yeah.
we're only having people on here whose teams won a trophy in the last 50 years. That's what you said to me before we went on.
And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. So all I can say is, Sean Murphy, fantastic
Cheers,
half an
Webby.
hour.
Thanks for having us on.
And
Enjoyed
hopefully,
it. It's been
Top
great.
man, Sean.
Yeah, cheers,
hopefully,
Tom.
man.
hopefully you'll come back on again in the next few. We'd love you to.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah,
he'll fire some more questions to you.
Yeah, I'll give him some next
Yeah,
time.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, good.
So Steve for you.
Terry,
Good
thanks
man.
for today, big man.
And you, mate. All the best.
Okay, all we're going to do, we'll have a couple of minutes break, and I'm going to talk about one or two things with me, charity and a little bit of sports roundup. Okay, so from me, Webby, over and out. Morning. Tim, Christine, Denise?
Denise.
I knew it was close, wasn't we? We got
And the nephew.
Steve. Let me tell you first and foremost, you're batting above your waist. That's for sure. You're obviously the toy boy. I tell you. Yeah, I hope my wife is as good looking as that at 75. I promise you. I really, really do. Steve, you're from the north, Port de la Cruz.
Yeah.
We're from the south.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got more money.
Yeah.
Because it's bigger property.
Yeah.
But you've got a beautiful little place up the north, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
In whereabouts is it roughly in Port de la Cruz?
It's right behind the Laura Park.
Right beyond the lower part.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that one of the huts behind there with the animals probably in it? No, because you're Yorkshire. off camera, we've been having a laugh, saying how tight Yorkshire people are, and they are. I've got a couple of friends, as Tim knows, from Doncaster.
They're not friends anymore.
No, they ain't friends anymore. They go to the Monte Cristo. You got Donny Pete. He bought me a drink 3 weeks ago. Honestly, God, I only had to have the fangs around, and I don't even smoke. And then you got Steve and Mo. Steve's a big Donny boy as well. Short arms, long pockets. That's what they are, aren't they?
That's all right.
But it's true. Now, listen, Steve.
Yeah.
You are a Doncaster boy, but you support Sheffield Wednesday.
I know.
Come on in, son. Where does that start from?
It started from the guy across the road. In fact, the guy across the road, his next door neighbour, you'll probably not remember.
Is this back
bloke.
home?
Yes, back home on Briar Road in Armthorpe. There's a guy lived next.
Is that in Doncaster?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And he lived next door to my mate, and
Yeah.
his name was Mick Bates. Played for Leeds United.
Of course, I remember. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Well, we could have gone to Leeds.
Are you
and-
name dropping now, are you?
So, no, it's just
yeah.
So we had a choice. The guy's dad says, "Where do you want to go? We can go Doncaster Rovers,
Yeah.
or Sheffield Wednesday,
Yeah.
or Leeds."
Okay.
And we said Sheffield Wednesday because it was in the first division in them days.
Yeah, of course.
And so we went, and the rest is history. I was 9 years old, and I think I remember going and I played Forest, and Peter Grummett was in nets.
Peter Grummett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was 64,000 people.
Phenomenal.
I was blown away.
Well, you're,
And they've still got a great support, even in League One. They can still get 27, 28,000, depending on the
I've
games.
been talking this last few days with one or two good friends of mine, obviously in the football scene, and we're talking about Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, and the Wednesday is a bigger club than Sheffield United.
Oh,
You-
yeah, definitely.
You can confirm that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you think the United fans at Bromley are a bit fickle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to say what you mean. No, listen, going back to Sheffield Wednesday, when I was a kid, I got one or two facts that I've checked out, but I knew them anyway, to be honest with you. Every time you watched an FA Cup, when I was in my teens and what have you,
Yeah.
you'd have the semi-finals at Villa Park,
Yeah.
43,000,
Yeah.
and you had them at Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, didn't you?
They were the main
They were the
venues.
main two venues,
Yeah.
and then you've got Wembley, which is
Yeah.
two semi-finals.
Yeah.
Then you got
Yeah.
it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, no. I mean, going back when I was 11 years old,
Yeah.
my dad got me a World Cup ticket to go and watch West Germany versus Switzerland
Awesome.
at Hillsborough,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was awesome. And I think they won 5-0.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just, wow, I was blown away again.
yeah.
So the ground and the feeling, it's in you. You can't get rid
No,
of it.
it's funny because you're not born in Sheffield,
Yeah.
and I wasn't born in Coventry.
Yeah.
But your little story is very similar.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
Man United from 0 to 11.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine took me to see Coventry Man United.
Yeah.
Because my mum and auntie Dolly lived in Coventry.
Right.
And Coventry won 2-1. George Best, Bobby Charlton, all played, and I've got the programme.
Yeah.
And that's how I supported Coventry from 11, similar to you.
Yeah.
You take, you say,
Yeah.
which one do you want
Yeah.
to choose? Your
Yeah.
dad's, you know what I mean? And you should.
And it's, as a football fan, any true football fan,
Yeah.
it doesn't come out your
No,
body.
it's
It
in your blood. You
stays.
can't change it, can you?
No.
Like I fight for Coventry and Gloucester, and I got
Yeah.
other football, St Helens. They all say, how many clubs you got? More than Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
You know, lots of Scottish
Yeah,
football
yeah.
clubs and what have you.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a season ticket? Did you ever go and see them? very
Yeah,
often?
yeah. I got. I got.
What are you looking over your
I
shoulder
got
for, Steve?
striped up. I bought a season ticket about 5 years ago, wasn't it? 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And my two lads, and obviously I love them. So I went and bought 2 more. So it cost me quite a lot of money. Never got repaid. But hey, it was great.
What bank did you do to get your season tickets, Steph?
I think it was about 1,800 quid went for them 3 tickets.
For the 3 tickets?
Yeah.
That was still quite 600 a piece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When
I think it was championship football in them days. I mean, it was like '93 when we came down from the Premiership.
Yeah.
We've never been anywhere near.
Well, Coventry, we were 20 years ago. I think it's 2004 when we got relegated with Gordon Strachan, who's loved to bits and one of you, but he did take us down.
Well, they're all top clubs, aren't they? Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday, all them.
They can fill the ground.
Even Derby County, there's lots of them down there that should be up in the top
No,
flight.
when you did Brian Clough and Peter
But
Taylor.
money is taken over.
Money is everything in it.
Yeah,
I mean, you take your Newcastle now, you know, the Arabs come in and go buy what you want. and whatever.
Football in my day was about going to watch a football match, and if you go to a match now, and a young lad that's come through the things,
the academy,
and he's come through, he's a local lad. They feel more for him than they do for a foreigner.
Well, they sing, don't they? If they score like we had, we won 2-0 on Saturday against Birmingham City, and Eccles, 20 years of age, scored his first goal for Carve, last home game of the season, and all they sing, you know what they sing, didn't you? He's one of our own.
Yeah,
and that's what they love more than anything.
They do, of course they do.
Then Jordan Shipley.
Yeah.
Jordan Shipley went to Shrewsbury under Stevie Cottrell. Where Sheffield Wednesday, you beat them. Was it 3-0 Saturday?
3-0.
Was it 3-0? Yeah,
3-0, yeah.
So again, he was one of our own. He's gone to Wednesday, and he's gone to Shrewsbury, sorry. But he's always followed the Coventry City after. You can't. It's in there.
It's in there.
You can't change. You can't change a football club, can you?
No.
Going back to a few years ago, but what sort of age are you? Just similar to me.
I'm 68 now.
You're
yeah.
Very good for 68. Well, I'm only 49. No, 60. I'm 66 in August, so you got 2 years on.
Yeah.
So we're in the same bracket.
Yeah.
You remember this '66 Cup final?
Yeah, I do. That was 3-2 up to Everton. Broke my heart. We were 2-0 up.
Well, I got it then. I knew it.
2-0 up.
2-0 up, and then Everton went bang, bang, bang. I think Trebill Cove was one of them.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Sorry. Oh, don't hit me on there. Don't hit me on.
But later that year, we had the World Cup.
Yes.
And I saw England win the World Cup.
No.
Yes, I've seen England win. Yeah.
I would let you.
I watched
I
watched that game 4-2 on the TV.
No, I can't remember where I was.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely blew me away.
Absolutely, yeah. But you've had some great players over the time, haven't you?
Oh, Wednesdays, yeah.
I mean, I've got a list there now. Who's your looking at me list?
Well, to look at players that were, how shall I say, far more advanced. You had people like Di Canio and.
He's on my list, yeah.
And Benito Carbone.
Benito, yeah. What about Chrissy Waddle?
Chrissy Waddle, another one. That's 3 class. And David Hurst, I can't leave him out.
David Hurst, number 10, played up front, didn't he?
Yeah.
You remember the...
But there's some great ones. We've had Des Walker, you know.
Well, Des Walker now, Nottingham Forest centre-half. His son, Tyler Walker, plays for Coventry.
Yeah.
Again, they're forward, centre-half and what have you.
Yeah.
But you remember the Di Canio?
Yeah, I remember the push. 11 game
Yeah.
bang, and then our manager didn't support him.
Who was the manager at the time?
Danny Wilson, I think.
Was it Danny Wilson?
Yeah, and then
Barnsley boy.
Yeah, next minute he's at West Ham. He's gone to West Ham. And that's
he did, didn't he? Scored that great goal. Yeah. Other couple of players. Would you remember Antonio, who plays up front for West Ham?
Yeah, great player.
He was at Reading, then he went to you on loan.
Yeah, he got us out of League One. If it weren't for him, just such a strong character. Just
even Mason
won't get
Mount,
knocked off the ball.
I think may have played for you.
Not so sure. I don't think so.
No. You remember Chelsea midfielder? I thought that just rang the bell a little bit.
No.
But again, I got Des Walker down there.
Yeah.
Hey, you missed a couple now. Sheridan. John Sheridan.
John Sheridan, a class. I mean, I went to Wembley. It's another one.
Yeah, off the record. Off the record, that one.
Really emotional.
Going with this one.
I do. Yeah.
I can't say it. Yeah.
Nigel Worthington.
Great player. Left-footed. Great
was
left back.
Was he Northern Ireland or
Northern
Republic?
Ireland.
He was Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
I did put rugby, but And I remember, I
Yeah,
think he was
great,
Northern Ireland.
great
Great
player.
ambassador, wasn't he?
Went on to manage Norwich, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think,
didn't he manage, or wasn't he a caretaker manager of you? No?
No, I don't
he
think
never.
so, no.
But he
no.
went to Norwich City.
He went to Norwich eventually.
And I'll tell you what, another one, Roland Nielsen.
Oh, class again.
Coventry.
Swedish guy, yeah.
Right fullback, number 2.
Yeah, we had a great team in them days. We had a really good team in them days.
They were classed to
But
watch.
it's been mismanaged. It's lacking money.
Yeah.
It just needs investment because it's a big enough club.
And what about the ground? Does the ground need...
It needs some work now.
Yeah, like
it's
Man
starting,
United,
it's starting to look a
decline.
bit dated. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, go back to the 60s
Yeah.
when Spurs won that double.
Yeah.
We were runners up.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know, that's how good we were, and
Well,
we've
Torbis,
just gone.
yeah.
We were in the same class as your teams like your Everton, even Man City in them days. All them teams who were sort of that area, and we could give Man United a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
But then all of a sudden we were gone down.
Yeah. Well, listen, I've had a fantastic morning. Beautiful, sunny. They've come down from Porto de la Cruz. Have a coffee with your good self and see Chris.
I'm going to have breakfast now.
And you're going to have a bit of brekkie, yeah?
Yeah, breakfast.
And
No, we're not
I'm
having
going to have another coffee in a minute. I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. And Steve?
Yep.
Superb.
Yeah, nice
Loved
to meet you
everything.
again.
And
Yeah.
that'll be on.
Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
on our show for this week.
Yeah.
100%.
Good.
After all the ups and downs of the Premiership and the Championship from Wednesday afternoon with my guests Chris Todd, Terry and Sean Murphy, now we're going to be talking about welcome to the weekly Sports Roundup. We're going to kick off with snooker at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield on Monday, where Selby lost to Brussels 18 frames to 15 after Brussels from Belgium knocked Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan out in the semi-final. 7 frames on the bounce. Ronnie, there was something not awry there, that's for sure. And guess what? He earned 500 grand for winning the World Championship. He's going to be a star of the future. Fantastic. World Motor Racing. Last week in Azerbaijan, Perez wins for the Red Bull team. That made it 4 wins on the bounce. Verstappen and Perez now 93 and 87 points respectively. And Hamilton, I'm afraid, is 4th under Mercedes, only 48 points. Red Bull, I beg your pardon, are top of the championship, 180 points. And Aston Martin in 2nd, down with 87 points. Bit of cricket. It's been going for about 3 or 4 weeks now in April. So we're going to wait 2 or 3 more weeks before we bring anybody in. And that's going to be my pal Wagsy, massive Essex fan and a great West Ham fan. So we'll give him a few weeks and then we'll get the cricket up to date and we'll see what happens there. Who's top, who's bottom, 1st and 2nd division. But don't forget, it's the Ashes. 21-22, we drew 2-2 over there. They won it before, so they kept the Ashes from us. And it all starts on the 16th of June in Edgbaston, and it's the first of 5 tests, and we'll have information of that coming very, very soon. Listen, you're not going to understand this, but we're going to go to a little bit of ladies rugby union. Yeah, I'm bringing the women in today. You've got to, haven't you? The Guinness Women's Six Nations. England took on France. I think they were like 30 points to 0 up at half-time. France turned it around, smashed England second half, but it wasn't enough. We ended up winning 38-33. 5 from 5. Superb. And I'll tell you what, there's some great women there, some big women. You wouldn't want to meet them down a dark alley, I promise you. And a world record crowd at Twickenham, over 58,000 people there. Cheered the Roses of England on. Fantastic. Now, this is what you've been waiting for. Very good friend, we're talking horse racing now, as you know. Lee Sorbo, okay, works for the Yorkshire Evening Noon. Massive Leeds United fan, yeah, for his sins. He gave us the very first tip of the week last week. Under control, it's Sandown, 1:05, wins at 7-1. Absolutely superb. He did give us another one. It was Ansang each way. 20-1 I looked, watched the race myself, ran a cracker, died at the end, but he did say if anyone was going to beat it, if it was going to be Kitty's Light. And what happened? Kitty's Light smashed in, won by about 3 or 4 lengths and 11-4. And I had quite a few comments, people messaging me on the channel and so on saying, Webby, thank you very much, Steve. Can't wait for the second one. 1 or 2 doubled them up, you would have won a few quid. So hopefully we might have some good ones for this weekend. Listen and learn. But I'm going to tell you now, It is the Rolling Mile at Newmarket. Tomorrow and Sunday, it's the 2,000 guineas and the 1,000 guineas. His hot tip of the day is going to be tomorrow, the 2,000 guineas. It is the favourite, 7-4, Augusta Robin. O'Brien's also from Ireland. He thinks it's going to be an absolute cracker, a real steamer. It was 10-1 2 or 3 months ago, but you've got to get on early doors. We've just got, it's about 6-4, 7-4. So fancy a little flutter, have a go on that. He's also given a second tip for the 1,000 guineas on Sunday. That is called Mama's Girl, 6s. It's a Richard Hannon coat. I'd fancy that. I looked at it, checked it out, do a little bit each way, okay? 6s, get good value for money. So that's your horse racing tip for the weekend. In between, I've got 1 or 2 mentions to make. People coming on saying, you haven't mentioned this, you haven't mentioned that. A big shout to Ian, big Arsenal fan, good friend of mine many, many years ago, left from Tenerife, lives in Thailand now. So he's a big DJ over there, and I've been in touch with him. He's already subscribed, and he's sending the link to a lot of his mates. So we're going to try and get a lot of the expats over in Thailand onto my show. Can't wait. It is Webby Sports Roundup. Don't forget, subscribe, all for free. Touch that button. Last night, I was in the 3 horseshoes watching United. Big man, Yeovil Town, just getting demoted. Andy, he said, Webby, you never mentioned. I saw him in October. When I sat there on my side of him, I went, I remember. Yeovil Town, phenomenal. But they've gone down. You remember that many years ago? Yeovil Arsenal on the sloping pitch. They beat them 3-1 in the cup. What a great day that was. And he was there. Alan Pardew, Graham Roberts, 2 fantastic players, ex-Crystal Palace, Tottenham. Both played there, which I didn't realise. So, Andy, I've given you a shout. When you get home, do what I told you and what you're going to do. Subscribe, like, and pass it to all your friends. And last but not least on the shouts, big Kevin the Scotsman, St Mirren. He's got his own blog over here. He gets many, many views. He goes all up and down the island to the bars, the restaurants, etc. Does a great job. He's everywhere, and he's helping me in my show. So Kevin, thanks very much indeed. And I've got a little bit of a St Mirren thing for you. It says, Webby, the King of Callio, or was it the King of Tenerife? I do know him, Tatey, believe me. I think you said it to him. He don't know him, he got him off the cuff. No, I know Tatey very well. Ex-Motherwell, but he's at St Mirren. But I think he may be leaving end of the season. What else? Okay, I was invited onto the radio, Coast FM, Ray Ward, very, very good friend of mine. Used to do my, when I did a lot of charities in my pubs, he always looked after me, and he was always the compere. So he invited me onto his show on Wednesday morning. He said, Webby, you got 5 minutes. I think it was 25 minutes later. At a cracking time. They have lots of viewers. Coast FM 102 to 103 FM. Tune in. Absolutely awesome. One of the best in the country. Got people all around the world listening. Discussed my WEBBY'S Sports Roundup. I've had messages from there, from Lanzarote, from Malaga, everywhere already. This show is going to grow, and you better be with me from the start. Great feedback. What else have we got? Also my summer charity, which I put on there. So I'm doing a big summer charity, all sporting memorabilia. I've got some great things, as you know. Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan, Snooker Q, signed. I may have 1 or 2 great other items that people rang me yesterday, and I said, yeah, if you can get it, please do. What it's going to be an auction. Middle of July, probably to the middle of August. I'm not doing a big event. It's going to take too much of my time. I haven't got the time. It's going to be auctioned off, phone with regards to podcast, radio, everywhere, and we'll raise as much money for the company called Fact over here. Big cancer charity, Fact, all legitimate, fighting against cancer for Tenerife. I went to their meeting on Monday, did a little 10-minute speak, as you do. 15-minute in the end. And they've invited me to their big do on Sunset View sometime in the middle of June, where there's going to be 200, 300, 400 people, where they want me to do another little speech. For me, it's not a problem. Done it all my life. We can talk. Well, I can talk anyway. As we always say, upstairs for talking, downstairs for dancing. So, for Fact, sporting memorabilia, money's going to go to you. Okay, right. Going to turn the page over. We're nearly done. I got Tim, my cameraman, doing an absolutely phenomenal job. Living with MS in Tenerife. Don't forget, Christine, if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be here. So, thanks, Tim. Breaking news last night, United went down 1-0 to a 99th minute penalty at the Amex Stadium at Brighton Hove Albion. They are flying after beating Wolves 6-0 last Saturday afternoon. United, again, poor, needed number 9. I think Harry Kane, watch this space. And also on top of that, bit of rugby league, top of the table, Wigan Warriors lose 14-10 to Hull FC, and Hull FC are third of the bottom. That was your breaking news from last night. Right, folks, that's about it, isn't it? All I can say is I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you have, please subscribe for free. Press that button up there, wherever it is, in your top left, right, bottom corner. Says subscribe, press it, send it to all your friends and family. Let's make this a big show. It's for you, not for me. I'm just loving it, enjoying it. I'll say so. Good luck with the weekend's 2 tips from Lee Sober. Absolutely fantastic. So from me in sunny Tenerife, till next week, Webby, take care.